What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 4 brand new personalization packs to hit Advanced Warfare. So I'm going to be showing off all 4 of the brand new camos and personalization packs in this video, showing you everything included, which is an emblem, a calling card, a title, and the camo itself, of course, and everything that you get in these packs. These, of course, are available now on the Xbox platforms. They'll be on the PC and PlayStation in around 30 days from now, and I'm going to be showing you all of these camos, all animated as well, which is pretty cool. And we've kind of known about these for a long time. There are corresponding exos that we've got in advanced supply drops, but now we've got the weapon camos, and I'm going to be showcasing them all on a variety of weapons. So first off, let's take a look at the Tiki camo. I think this is probably the most interesting one. They're all very interesting, I'd say, in this video, but this is the most kind of like dynamic because it actually affects a lot of the weapon. It kind of makes most of the weapon into like these wooden parts, and it's more than just a camo that goes over weapon. It's actually like it makes the gun almost look like it's made out of wood, and it's got like these fiery embers inside of it, and it's very kind of weird. It's got these very evil looking faces all over it, but overall I think it's probably the most impressive out of all the 4 camos, and you can see all 3 of the actual reticles right here. And to be honest, all the reticles in these packs are completely useless. There's not a single one in all 4 of these camos that I would recommend. They're all completely useless. They're just giant images, and I never really recommend any of the reticles that you get with DLC camos. They're just really useless, and kind of you're only going to use them if you want to kind of use them for a novelty feature, but in general they're just giant images. You can't even see where the dot is or where the central of your bullets are going to go, so to be honest, they're really not good reticles, but they're pretty funny to look at. The next camo we'll take a look at is called Backdraft. This is based like a fiery flame camo, and I think it's based around like burning fuel. We can see the 3 reticles on screen right here, and once again, like I said, these aren't too useful, but they're pretty cool anyway, and again, they're just kind of like a novelty feature. But this camo is really cool. We've seen about these camos for a very long time. I think it's like a good few months ago now we actually saw these leaks in the game files, and they started to do the exosuits that correspond with them, and I remember seeing this one as an exosuit. People jump around with this, you're very obvious, you stick out. You basically have this bright kind of glowing flame exosuit guy that's just jumping around the map, and they're very easy to spot, so I do not recommend generally using these on maps like that are very dark, or perhaps even search and destroy. You're probably going to get spotted very easy. That seems to be the case with most DLC camos. They're very bright, they kind of make you stick out like a sore thumb, but nevertheless it's still a cool camo. And of course on screen you saw just there the emblems, everything else including the pack. Next up is Lagoon, and this is kind of like a very weird one. I don't think this is very cool. This is probably the least impressive out of the 4, to be honest. It's kind of based off these lily pads, I think, or some kind of leaves on water, and it's got like a jungle theme going on. You can see 3 reticles right here, and again, they're not very useful. We've got the banana, monkey and tiger eye, so we've got kind of like a jungle like animal theme going on here, and the animated part of this is the water that moves kind of behind the leaves, and it's kind of a cool camo. I think it's like one of the few camos in the game that's actually green. I think the creature one, which is another DLC pack, but that's the only other one that's green, but it tends to be the DLC camos are the most colourful. Like the actual stock camos in the game are just completely bland. They're very boring. They're kind of like normal military camos, and the DLC camos are where they actually put the fun ones in there, like the really colourful ones that look interesting. So the Lagoon one is definitely colourful, but I think it's probably the least impressive out of the 4. And then finally we take a look at the Psychedelic. Now this is literally like its name, it's very psychedelic. It's got this like rainbow polka dot theme going on all over it. It kind of like waves of these rainbow colours that go all over the weapon, and this is again like this is going to make you stick out like a sore thumb. And I remember seeing people with the exo. This is probably the worst exo in the game, to be honest, because it is so bright. You can see people from a mile away. If you're sniping on like say a map like Instinct, where you kind of like camouflage is kind of a thing and you can kind of blend into the environment, this Psychedelic exo and the camo literally makes you stick out like a sore thumb. So once again, you can use it if you're fun, but just bear in mind that you will be spotted from a mile away because you're really obvious to see. And but yeah, I think it's a really cool camo. I think it's probably most interesting out of the 4. This and the Tiki, that is my vote. But leave your thoughts in the comment section. Which of the 4 I just showed you are your favourite camos, and which are you going to be picking up, if any? Which do you think looks most impressive? I personally think the Tiki and the Psychedelic are my 2 favourites. They're very cool looking camos, especially the Tiki. It's kind of like more than just a camo. It's more like a texture you put in your weapon. I noticed on the MDL actual launcher, the actual shells that you load into the weapon are made out of wood, so it's kind of more creative than all the other weapons, because this actual camo like turns everything into wood, and it's kind of like more creative, and I think it's more of a cool camo. But of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like rating on the video if you enjoyed it. Gonna have more videos coming out today on more DLC that's dropping to Advanced Warfare, so stay tuned. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on those videos. But hopefully you enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.